Ladies and gentlemen of the crypto space, we're live on a Wednesday, October 20th at 11:29 a.m. Let's see what's going on. Let's talk about very meaningful topics and points and behaviors that we see in the crypto space, just as I've titled this stream, the BTC rotation trade. We've been there. We've done that. Who's not done that? I know not everyone has been around since, 13, 14, the old days, maybe even 17, 18. The rotation trade from the macro assets. Bitcoin clearly has a historical role in the space, and I don't see it as really that any longer. But from a macro financial and price action movement standpoint, it does stand apart. It's still part of this very intricate and sophisticated new system that is emergent. But from a price action standpoint, clearly it has had many years to front run every other asset in the space. And that's, I think, probably the most defining characteristic. It's clearly not technologically superior in any regards, other than that it had several years head start to accumulate significantly additional value. Excuse me. So the title that I put on Twitter was the rotator versus the allocator. So how does that play into like the rotation trade? The rotator is a very uncertain person, filled with fear and doubt of their total portfolio dollar denominated value. So they have a couple of alt assets. They got whatever, curve, uh, whatever. They got a bunch of alt assets, and they're, oh my God, Bitcoin is going up. Let's look at the chart. It's going up. We got to sell our alt assets to buy the thing that's outperforming. Now that's true. That's true. Capital flows from underperforming to outperforming assets, but that's not when you want to get in. You don't want to get into an asset when capital is flowing from underperforming to outperforming assets. You want to be in an asset prior to it outperforming. Now, you're capitalizing on the majority of capital flow. You don't want to be part of the majority of capital flow. You want to front run capital flow. So the last time to ever reallocate value, certainly rotate value, I don't believe in rotation at all. You want to allocate with conviction based on stories, very strong narratives that something is going to play out over a period of time. You let that period of time eclipse and you test the soundness of your thesis, the validity of your narrative. Now, you want to be in early to that type of position. You want to allocate early. You don't want to rotate to Bitcoin as it's $66,555. No, if you wanted to take on a Bitcoin position, you probably want to take it at critical trend regions. So a nice place would have been right about here, actually, where I have this teal circle. Goes to a breakout, and then you get a price action region of conjunction. You enter a position here, you wait for maybe a retest. That'd be a great place to enter, to hold some dry powder, as they say. You could buy some more here. But this is a great place to enter. Don't buy as it's, I mean, you could, I wouldn't buy when it's going up. That is too much of a rotation. You allocate early. You allocate when no one's looking. And that's why we did what we did with Spell. Nobody was looking, but we defined the story, we told the narrative, and we allocated accordingly. If you guys remember, I was telling you guys about the OTC trade. And that OTC trade was, well, this is the price action where I got in, 0.0006. But I believe the deal was made around here. It was the end of August. It was a month ago. Oh, a little over a month ago. The end of August, September. So it was about there, give or take. Or maybe it was here. I don't know. It was around this price point because it was a 0.006. 0006 was a 60% discount from its prevailing price point. So it might have been here. the beginning of September. Anyway, it was somewhere in this region, somewhere. So that was the price entry, and clearly, boop, we've seen this appreciation thus far. And this is the type of position where I have absolutely no interest in liquidating. This is an allocation with no defined region of exit because it's a revenue generating asset. Anyway, let me get to some comments. I'm rambling at this point. I wanted to really highlight the distinction between rotators and allocators. The difference is really conviction, ideology, the capacity to tell stories, and to have follow through, to believe in a narrative. Shit like that. Let's see who's in the stream. Winter in training, a pleasure. Dogoshi. Good morning, champions. Charles in the house. Is BCH a goodbye? Is BCH still around? Dogoshi, happy all-time high. Yes, indeed it is. F-Dub, a pleasure. Crypto Bets. Captain, how we doing? Pretty good today. I got to get something to eat. I'm a little hungry. Haven't eaten lunch yet. I'm glad I've saved my $8 every day since Gary told me. Oh, my goodness. He did tell us to do that, didn't he? Dylan, yo, Vincent, good morning, Noah. Any idea about W Memo on Fandom? Tried to buy some earlier today, was 65,000 for one when time was only 6,500. Yeah, W Memo is significantly higher. It's not a one-to-one peg. Crypto Bets, Noah, have you seen the popsicle meme? I believe I came across it. Yeah, and that's applicable if you're staking getting nothing now because it's not launched, but it's gonna launch. I know folks that have about 3 times the position that I have. I took about a third because I'm not the biggest fish in the sea, and I'm in a talk with folks that are old school than I, and are much bigger fish in the sea. So I'm a popsicle, guess so. I got a fair amount of ice staked as N ice that makes nothing. But that's okay because I've allocated, I have a time horizon. They're launching either today, tomorrow, or really soon. And I'm going to wait for the narrative to unfold. I think it's a good bet. In any case, what's it at? It's at, let's see what the price action is for ice. It's at $24. I got my entry at $3. So it was pretty much stagnant for a while. I don't know how the hell I bought at these prices, but I about 27,000 or so at $3. I popped like 120 grand in, and now it's a nice price. This is extremely volatile. Look at this stuff. I know folks that have much more than me, so it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter how much anyone has. What matters is that you respect your ideology, you respect your vision of what you see in an asset, you respect that it actually has a revenue stream and it's not just a useless buy low, sell high asset where you have to sell it and fork over 30% protection money to the federal government at the end of the year. I'm not interested in protection money. Now, I'm okay paying like income tax. That's okay. That makes sense. You want to distribute. You want to work. You make income. You distribute your income. But that whole capital gains tax, I think, is something worthwhile to avoid. I think that's just protection money, where the government's coming in. They want to take literally a part of your business. It feels like the mafia walking in your front door, asking for protection money, which is exactly why I call it that. Uh, Carter, hey Noah, you mentioned in your last stream that you have a Discord. Can you post the link in the chat yet? Just check out my Twitter profile. I keep everything in my profile. I guess I should put this in the stream comments because someone seems to ask every time. That's a good idea. Let me put it in right now. My Twitter profile. Very nice. Join it up. After party is always on Discord. Got a great group of people in there for almost a year at this point, and they are rational. I'll give them that. They are certainly rational. Dan, good morning. Can you please talk about your thoughts on the latest L1 plays? How do you go about those? Well, I don't hold platform assets. I don't really see. I don't have much interest in like Ethereum Phantom, AVAX. I'm interested in them as a protocol, but with regard to value allocation, you know, not too interested in them. That's just my opinion. Now, clearly, he could generate a significant revenue stream. FTM, if you go over to Ape Tax and you switch to Phantom, no, I don't. The Phantom. There you go. What's it cranking at? 85% since inception. APR 23% last month. And then you're able to leverage it on Abracadabra. So FTM is quite lucrative. But I don't want exposure to that. What I want is exposure to larger narratives. And I think some of the largest narratives I see in the space really account for my primary positions. My primary position is CVX CRV. I have a decent CVX position, which I think is going to catch up really quick. Spell and ICE. Those have been my primary positions for quite some time. You know, while I have my sentiments regarding MIM, I think UST is meaningful. I should probably carve out a piece of Terra, but I still have a piece of Frac shares. I don't discount what Sam talks about. I think he's quite clear, intelligent, articulate, and rational. So I don't want to discount that. There's nothing wrong with competition. I think it's not even competition. It's a healthy ecosystem of non of stable coins that are not backed by centralized collateral. So if the market turns out to be predominantly MIM, UST, Frax, and Andre's fixed forex and some other maybe Ethereum collateralized stablecoins, LUSD and stuff like that, great. That's okay. That makes it a healthy ecosystem. You don't want one really. You want many working together. So, but that's the name of the game. That's the I always told you guys that 90% of the portfolio is six assets. Is that still the case? One, two, three, four, five, six. 90% of my portfolio is still six assets. Those assets have shifted over the last couple months, obviously, with the meteoric rise of Daniel's assets, Abracadabra, and Popsicle, which is still hasn't even clicked yet. um, Mitch, W Memo gives you the rebase. That's correct. That's why it's so expensive. Um, Eric is priced differently than Memo in time. That is correct. Vincent, could I eventually bridge W Memo back to Avalanche? Sure. Use any swap and unstake it for tout without ever interacting with Avalanche beforehand. Yes, you can. But what's the point in unstaking it on Avalanche if you could just trade W Memo for another asset on Phantom? What's pertinent is the asset is liquid, and that was the intent of getting that type of liquidity to flow through any swap, so that you don't even have to think in terms of time. You think in terms of W Memo, and you could trade it for other assets. You don't need to unstake it from Abracadabra from Wonderland. Doesn't work like that. Um, Might want to try their Discord. Yeah, always ask those boys the good questions. Foo Bear 0.0006. Well, don't be green. Just be rational. I have a lot of folks that I talk to that have done so much better than I, and he is not to be green with envy. It's about we're all in this together. We all will see different things at different times. Could you imagine folks thinking about that don't have anything and they see what you've done? So, you know, we all play our hand. And I'm jealous of folks that have a million CVX CRV. I'll probably not get to that anytime soon. And if I did, they'll be much further ahead. I'll never catch up. to folks that have that quantity of CVX, CRV. I can't get to a million. So that it's not for me to envy that. I don't know. I think about that a lot, like the notion of envy and coveting and shit like that. We're all in this together, boys and girls. Trevor, a pleasure. Hunter, good morning. Bees Irish, good morning. Pravin, are you going to be LPing into any ice pools? No, I'm going to be staking ice for N ice. Mitch, hey Noah, good to see you. What is your typical time horizon for your allocations on positions such as CRV, CVX CRV, and SPEL? My priority is revenue streams. So unless the revenue stream falters or it's climaxed, and this is the most money it's going to be producing, I have no end time horizon. The time horizon is in perpetuity. I want revenue streams. If I'm making $1,000 a day and the revenue stream's going up, and now I'm making $2,000 a day because all of the debt on Abracadabra, the position's heading in the right direction. I'm not even thinking about liquidation. I'm just excited for more revenue. I don't care what the value of the asset is. I care about the revenue. I tell you guys all the time that CVX CRV cranking out whatever 60, 70%. If the price of CRV dropped, but let's say CVX went up significantly, then the revenue on the position might actually be the same. Whereas CVX CRV denominated in CRV depreciated significantly, so the price of the position could have been significantly cut in half, let's say. But the revenue can still be very high. Maybe the transaction volume on curve went through the roof. So that component of the yield makes the weekly salary still very high, even though the position itself, denominated in CRV, went down, depreciated. So you can enter scenarios that are quite interesting. But what's important, the measure of success is how much of a salary you're making. Does it compensate you? Is it comparable to your job? Your historic job. Maybe you don't work anymore. If you were making like $2,000 a week from working or $1,000 a week from working, are you making $1,000 or $2,000 a week from your assets now? That's the measure of success. Fubear, watch out on staking, WMemo, and FTM. Morpheus is a 2% deposit fee, so you're essentially trading your WMemo for Morpheus and a sexy APY, but the sexy APY is not as sexy as the WMemo APY. Yeah, watch those deposit fees. That's crazy sauce. Crypto bets, any thoughts on Keeper? I have a small position on Keeper. It pays out. Here, where is it? Fixed Forex. I got to go over to Ethereum. Tiny position. Is that really it? Paid out 217 euros. Claim $253, 217 IBUR. I have 54.88 VKP3R. I should probably stake it for longer. Options claim vest. I should probably increase the duration. I should make sure it's 4 years. I don't mind 4-year locks. I like locking things up. I got issues. Captain Weber, office hours needed. I'll do my best to get to some office hours. Obviously, nowadays I've been doing a lot of AskVid, so jump on AskVid. Yeah, if you guys don't know how to find my profile on Twitter, I'll post this here and ask questions. I literally respond either the morning or the night, depending on how busy I am at work. And but I'll get on office hours the best I can to help some folks out personally. Just ping me on Twitter. You got to ping me on Twitter because otherwise I'm just swamped. It's very hard. Good morning, Killis. It's a pleasure. Easy G still holding Blocknet. I bought Blocknet back in 2017. So it's there. Yay. It's old school. It's evolved significantly. I don't expect it to be a significant part of my portfolio. It's not a bet like that. It's old school. It's like you got, an old vintage car in the garage. I'm not going to get rid of it. It's a vintage damn car in the garage. So, Block that. You my vintage baby. I'm gonna keep you. I got enough room in the garage. It's all good. Um, Vincent, Michael P. Sounds like the way to go. Bridging instead of paying 10x more on Phantom. Wonder why the price difference though. Wrapped assets are 1-to-1. No, they're not. Not memo. Jacob, no, we got to get you a better mic, my friend. Why this mic is ridiculous. What's the matter with this mic? Maybe it's the setting. That might do the difference. Or maybe here. Let me check. Um, Sound input. No, this mic's good. This is good, my friend. I got to get a better webcam. That's what I got to get. That's the next thing on my list. Um, well, pro level streaming gear. Yeah, I got to get a better webcam. um, as long as you don't get liquidated and play too risky, well, I don't really take any leverage, and I encourage folks to take very minimal leverage. I think I'm leveraging about 10% of my SBEL. I went crazy. I'm just leveraging the crap out of my SBEL. What do I got? I'll show you guys. Ethereum, borrow. Oh, yeah, about 85%. I got pop some more. I got a couple bucks in collateral there, about 898. If I go over to stake, I'm pretty sure I got some SBEL just sitting around. Take a look in a second. Alex, a pleasure. Booster, captain in the crypto market overheated now, expecting 100% drawdown. No, it doesn't work like that. There's no such thing as 100% drawdown. How do you pay taxes on those revenue streams? Income tax. Is this, Alex, is the CRV APR and Badger worth it? If no Badger is held, probably not. You need some Badger, otherwise you're not going to get some of that boost. And you want some of that boost. Um, if you don't get the boost from Badger, you might just want to hold it straight up. But straight up on Ethereum L1, if you're doing any claims, it's expensive because of Ethereum gas fees. I mean, look at this shit. 270 and a 2. That's a very expensive transaction. I got some extra S spell that I could pop in my collateral position. 106 grand I could pay. I don't need to. I'm not worried. I don't think we're going to have a 90% drawdown. You want this to stay above what? Yeah, you want it to stay above 0.016, and I'm not too worried right about now. Class Van Bob, hola. ¿Qué horas son? Buenas tardes. 11:52. Just bought my first NFT on Saturday. Now 1/3 of my portfolio are hamsters. Joe, no. It's okay to have some NFTs, but it shouldn't be a third of your portfolio's value. You have no idea what's going to play out with NFTs. The volatility, you have no idea. You have no idea. I don't expect to ever get any money back from any of my NFTs. So, Joe, don't expect to get any of your money back from your NFTs, please. Everyone and anyone that listens to me, if you want to buy NFTs, great. Listen, I got a whole lot of NFTs, but don't expect to get any of your money back. And if you do, yay, that's nice. If you don't, you still got a bunch of hamburgers and stuff. I love these Anthony Hurd one-offs and stuff like that. These little hot dows, people punks, fast food punks. I got a whole bunch of these fast food punks. You guys know about that. This is spooky. This is like the number 2 spooky or something. I got a bunch of like high level rarity stuff that like Monster Rehab. I love this one. This is number 2. I love these Misfit University guys. I tell you guys about that. That's cool stuff. I got these very low number Frankie number 6 of the polymorphs. Maybe that'll become something one day. A whole bunch of stuff. Anyway, if they're valuable one day, great. If they're not, I didn't buy them for them to be valuable one day. Um, Killis, I saw a comment on YouTube comparing Olympus to BitConnect crash thoughts, and I'm prepared for anything in the space myself. Yeah, all you could expect from Ohm and time is the risk-free premium. So Olympus Dow Finance, enter app, dashboard, risk-free premium. Here, no. Well, the risk-free value of treasury assets. Ohm price 900. What's the risk? Where's the risk-free time? Um, I know they show it very nicely on Wonderland. I'm not so interested in taking an Ohm position. I expect it to be very volatile. I want to see whether because Wonderland shows it, but I gotta switch to Avalanche. I expect it to be very volatile. Avalanche. So you can see here, they show you dashboard. Backing per time, $775. So the risk-free price of time is $775. Currently trading at $6,700. This is where I'd buy. That's probably like an 85% drawdown. If time went to 775 from where it's currently valued, I'm buying because it has a treasury. And the treasury it has 600 TVL, 600, no, it's 609 for all of it. Where's their treasury balance? $151 million worth of treasury assets. Yeah, 775, I'm going to be buying time. So I expect some significant volatility at points in time. It'll probably dip to the backing per time or less. And the same applies to ohm. Backing per ohm, I would like to see. But I don't think it's showing it. APY, protocol owned. Total value deposit mark. I don't know where backing per ohm is, but anyway, that's the number I'd like to see. Um, so I expect significant crash. It's not BitConnect. It's not a Ponzi scheme. They call it a Ponzi, wrap it a Ponzi. The way they talk about it is interesting, but um, it's not. It's paying yield from income, and there's the concept of bonding. So they're selling their asset, which is Ohm, and they're using it to purchase other assets that have value, in turn creating a treasury. So it's the same shit that the federal government does. So I find that quite interesting in that regard. Did you happen to get the first NFT of Cosmos called Strange Clan? No, no interest in it right about now. I'm not getting into NFTs. I'm not buying any more NFTs. Very happy with my NFTs. What else would I buy? There's a couple of ones I'd buy if some I need two more Misfit Universities. I need the rarest female and the rarest skeleton. If I could get those, I'd probably buy those. Not buying much else. Oh, I'd get like if there's any more ape burgers. I think I'd probably buy a couple of ape burgers. But no one's selling them. Need some paper hands. Need some paper hands for the oh man. What are they selling the zombie burgers for? Is that for sale? That's not for sale. Is that for sale? Oh my God. Zero point 0.5 for a zombie burger? I want that. Do I have? Hey, let's go buy a zombie burger. Doo-da, doo-da, two. Very nice. Do I have it? Yeah, I got a couple of Ethereum. I want a zombie burger. That's cool. I was waiting for like a half a something. Oop, what are we at? 221 too. Mm, Come on, Ledger Live. Didn't want to connect. Do it again. Boop, doop. Sorry, guys. There you go. Come on, connect, baby. Very nice. All right. Yay, my first zombie burger. See? I got a little bit of NFTs every now and then. I might be an old guy for the crypto space, but I can run around with you kiddies buying these fancy NFTs. Got a little zombie burger action. DeFi Masterclass. Any thoughts on DeFi Kingdoms? No idea. I like my Gods Unchained. That's really all I like right about now. And I like these because I already have a collection. So I'm like, get something. I'm going to get something that I already have a collection of. Vlad, hey Noah, what do you think about BTC entry price discovery? Let's take a look at the charts. I mean, the price looks cool. Yay! If you bought BTC down here at breakout at like 51,000, that's cool. Was that 14 grand or 51,000? It's like 20, 30%. That's nice. You got 20, 30% rip. 20, 30%. I remind you guys, where's the rip? This is like 2,800%. So 20, 30% is quite interesting. And that's why people are rotating from alts that significantly appreciate to Bitcoin, which does like a 20% rip in a week. And that's not significant outperformance. And you're going to have one heck of a cap. Could you imagine holding Spell for 2,800% and then selling it to buy Bitcoin? You got to pay the federal government 30% of everything, a protection fee for taxes. And you're going to buy this for it to go up from, you probably bought it here at 63,000. It's at 66,000. What? Now you're going to sell it for more protection payments to the federal government to buy what? So rotating isn't how you make significant capital. It's just the fool's errand. There's no point to rotate. I don't care whether Bitcoin is in price discovery or not. I care that Bitcoin is meaningful as a collateral asset. You could access its equity, acquire debt against it, and put that debt to work to generate a revenue stream, because Bitcoin is not generating a revenue stream. Bitcoin actually does nothing meaningful, doesn't make your life better. It stores value. What does that even mean? I don't even think Bitcoin maxis really understand what that means. Stores value. Great. Got to access that value and put that value to work. Otherwise, what's it doing? Storing value is kind of doing nothing. You need to put value to work to generate a revenue stream. That's the whole point of everything that goes on in DeFi. Um, Paul, it's pretty hard to find a competent CPA for crypto tax. Just do tokentax.io and call it a day. And for me, what I'm doing, the vast majority of stuff is income tax anyway. I'm treating most of it as like a top line income. And I made 200 grand for the year and a zero cost basis. It was income. So I owe like 60 something, $70,000 worth of taxes, something like that. Brooklyn State of Mind. You're welcome. Eric M. Start with fiat in from SEX, cross reference with blockchain explorers. It's very intensive, but it's important to attempt to show how much protection money we owe. Yeah, you got to know how much you owe, and you do the calculations. Just pay your protection money. But you don't need to rotate. I mean, look at this thing. This is cool. It's going to hit 67. Woo! That's some good price action, boys and girls. It's going to be nice when this thing rolls over to other stuff. And then the rotation back, because people are going to be like, oh, Bitcoin's going down. I need to rotate my money back into something else that's outperforming. Capital flows from underperforming assets to outperforming assets. Okay. Mike Pye, Ohm. Oh, yeah. I think it's going to change everything the way DeFi operates, those bonds. Those bonds change everything. J.A. Shansky. Hey, Noah, can you recommend a portfolio tracker? Zapperfy. Kill us. Oh my God, that wallpaper you have, Noah. What a view. Which wallpaper? Oh, maybe it was maybe it was one of these or I don't know. Hey, this basic attention token, they keep giving me these little bat guys. I don't know. Ooh, $138 for using a web browser? That's cool. Not something to complain about. Save 15 gigs. Gotta love Brave. Uh, time is a lame fork. Well, lame is an interesting word. It's a fork, and they kind of work together because time buys ohm and other protocols buy ohm. So it's not about which is better. They all work together. The number one thing to remember about the crypto space, it doesn't matter what's best. What you want is technology that works together. And the more it works together, the more synergy you have, the more monetary velocity and capital flow you have. The second you think you have something that's the best, you're going to get yourself into a trap, and it doesn't produce the best outcome. Best is subjective, and try to ignore those feelings. When you think you found an asset that's the best, that tends to lead folks in the wrong direction for how to manage a portfolio rationally. Got any thoughts on Immutable X? Yeah, it's a big deal. I think the next 5 to 10 years worth of gaming and Immutable X is going to be an absolute big deal. Now, obviously, I'm not allowed to buy any of that shit, gods or what was it, IMX, because the SEC protected me from buying those assets. Fuckers. Um, but it has gameplay, Bees Irish. Yeah, thanks for going through that on Olympus Dow. Kill us. Yes, indeed. A pleasure, Joe. Check out Hamster Heroes on Phantom. You loving them NFTs, boy. It's all good. Enjoy. Don't go overboard. I mean, I just showed you guys on air. I bought half an Ethereum worth of a burger. A couple extra bucks. It's all good. Always stay within your budget. Wasn't there another one? Point 0.5, there's another one. The guy selling it for 0.89. It's another burger. Another one? How much do I got? Hey, I could buy another one. Okay. Let's buy this bad boy. 273.5. Oh, gas is expensive. 273.5. 5273. Okay. You can have it. Oh, yeah, you go locked. Oh, oh my God. Click the damn buttons. Is it actually going to work or what? Yay, 2 zombie burgers. That made my day. That's cool. Um, Trevor. Not buying any more NFTs. Hey, a zombie burger. I'm going to buy that. I know. But you know what? I already have the collection. I basically run zombies. If you haven't noticed, you go over here and you go fast food. Loads? Yeah, fast food. Boop. I own the zombies, 10 zombies. So, in a couple of years, maybe they're worth some money. That's nice. I mean, CryptoPunks does very well. So, in 5, 10 years, when these were the originals, this was the original. This was the first meme CryptoPunk series, the first one. Everyone else was not first. This was the first. So, cool. That's only a half an Ethereum. Got 2 apes and 2 zombie burgers and a bunch. I don't know. Whatever. I think they're cool. Megazord. Yeah, right. NFTs are a bit addictive, Joe. So control yourself, and I probably should be saying that to myself as well. So I'm going to close this page now and not look at NFTs for at least another 30 minutes. Um, Nathaniel, Mike, good to bad every 10 minutes. It's done most of your video streams. I don't know. This is a nice mic. These are these are Steel Series. These Steel Series, this is expensive. It's like $180 headset. Got to corner the NFT burger market. That's right, Joe. Eric, what is the Ethereum gas extension I use? It's what is this called? Manage extensions. Block native ETH gas estimator. Yes. With Klaus, have you seen Parallel? Yeah, I avoid Parallel because it's not going to happen. What if you don't suffer from protection payments? I don't see how that's possible, my friend. Depends on your jurisdiction, obviously, where you are around the world, but I wouldn't waste my time. Time is more valuable than money, so I wouldn't want to put in the work. Just saying. You pay only when you trade capital cash out? No, you pay not in the States, in the US, they want to tax everything you do. Everything, every trade, they want a piece of the action. They want to cut. Caleb, the yield that ICE will be cranking out will blow this market away. My expectation as well. Bear, I don't understand the people fudding time versus ohm. There is no verse. There's no such thing as verse in the crypto space. Look how Sushi and Uniswap played out. The TAM, the total addressable market, is astronomical. So anyone thinking in terms of verse, it's a little short-sighted. Killis, Kev Monster, what does it mean that the SEC protected you? They protected me from buying Gods and IMX, which is the immutable X asset. They protected me from buying DYD or getting the DYDX airdrop. They protected me from getting a $75,000 airdrop. So thank you, SEC. I feel very protected because I know I did not get the $75,000 airdrop. I was protected from it. That's what protected means. I didn't get it. Eric, ETH to WBTC, WBTC to farm coin to DAI. Yeah, they're going to be cranking out a lot of returns from Popsicle. 273 gas. No, no, no. That's right. Look at those. Look at all those burgers. It's a Bluetooth mic. It will always be less fidelity than a wired. This is not a Bluetooth mic. This is a wired USB microphone. Henry Towers. What's up, Noah? Yeah, always a pleasure. Vent the snare. Love the streams. I love the streams too. What a coincidence. You like them. I like them. We all like the streams. Kev Monster. Henry Towers, looking at that NFT project with the NFT downturn. No, not really. I bought those burgers just now because I have a bunch of fast food punks, and I got a bunch of fast food burgers. So I snagged a couple burgers. I call them paper hands. If someone's selling a burger, an ape or a zombie, I'm going to snag it. Anyway, I'm going to wrap up the stream in a couple minutes. Kill us. Yeah, the SEC is amazing. I feel very safe. IDC08C. Well, didn't think your audience was a bunch of audio snobs. I don't know. Listen. I'm I can appreciate getting a better mic and camera. I know my green screen fucks up every now and then, but uh, it does what it does. It's a nice headset. This thing was like $180, and the camera was cheap. I could probably get one of those little cameras with one of those little ring lights. But I've been doing this for like a year and a half, 2 years at this point. Camera's done me well. It's old school. I got a little nostalgia for the camera. It's done me right all this time. I keep it around. Am I wrong for feeling like I can buy DeFi products that are illegal in the U.S. as long as I don't? As long as I pay the taxes, IRS doesn't care. The IRS doesn't give a crap about what's legal or illegal from an SEC standpoint or CFTC. IRS expects taxes on capital gains and income, mutually exclusive. And I have no idea what's going to play out with regard to using something in the US that shouldn't be used. I think that's a bit of a gray area because uh, this is a very interesting topic because traditionally, if a product is banned, like let's say a product was offered by Fidelity and the SEC said, no, you can no longer sell that product, you can't get it anywhere else because it can only be sold by licensed broker dealers. Um, Whereas in the crypto space, the DeFi space, if they say something can't be sold, you just go on the internet, you pop on a VPN, and you just buy it anyway. So they don't they don't really have the power that they think they have, or at least they don't have the power that they historically did. It's pretty much a very different world. Like the U.S. pretty much caused Binance to block and shut down BSC for the entire continental United States and all its citizens. But the vast majority of people just use VPN and use it anyway. So what the fuck is that? What are they doing? What's the point of saying you can't use it if you still can use it? So they kind of have no power. You have no power here. What does it even mean? What are they doing? They're not protecting anyone from anything. I'm sure not going to get into that, Pavel. What is Olympus, my man? It's all good. It's very interesting stuff. Oh, yeah, the bandwidth drop. That's another story. I think I should drop the video quality of my webcam because I used to have it lower, and look, it gets all messed up. It's what it is. Thoyo, thanks, Noah. By the way, definitely chat sometimes if you had other options available. Yeah, I'll work on it. I'll see if I can get something going. Let's take a look at the Bitcoin chart before we wrap this up. 66,771 looks pretty damn good. All right. I wish everyone a wonderful day. Wednesday, October 20th, 12:15 p.m. After party on Discord. Tell everyone to subscribe. Jump on the Ask vid. I love this. I get text questions and I do video responses. And I hope it helps folks out. If someone needs me, ping me on Twitter. Hit me up on Discord. It's all good. Today's Wednesday. I'll catch you again tomorrow. Wish you all a wonderful day. I'll see you then. Peace.